Welcome to Spill the Tea Tuesday. I have Amanda with me again today.
Hi.
Okay, so the question today is, have you ever been stopped in the middle of a service and the client's like, I'm done, I'm out. Like
Like
I
it
can't
hurts so bad they just can't do it anymore.
can't handle it. The answer for me is actually no.
Really?
Yeah, I think I have like a good record, and I've been doing this 15 years, like going on 16, and nobody's ever been like, I can't do it, just we're done. But I also think that when I see it in their face, like when we
The
are,
pain.
well, it no, before we even go back, like I'll see it in their face if they're committed or not. And I feel like if they're not committed, I already set the expectation of bikini. I'm
Okay.
like, let's set the expectation for bikini, and then I'll work from the outside in. And the tighter and tighter we get into that bikini, it could go to French bikini. And for all you listeners that are outside America, bikini is just what you see right outside the triangle of the undies. And French bikini is everything on the top that kind of goes down to where the labia starts to split, and includes the triangle of bikini as well. So it just kind of comes in more. We just don't do labia or the butt strip. And then Brazilian is when you include the labia and or butt strip. So that's just everything,
Oh
completely
yeah.
bald. Now, in some places, I think even like Europe, your Brazilian includes like a little landing strip, like little hair, but it's just very typical in America that the Brazilian is just completely
Everything
bald.
God, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
everything.
I went in for like my first waxing appointment. And I was like, I'm gonna do everything. I'm tired of shaving it. I grew it all out. I was full bush. I was like, we're just gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
bear
start
through it.
fresh.
And first rip, I was like, oh man, okay, I don't
I'm
know if
questioning
like questioning
everything.
everything. And then she's like, we're good. It's not too warm. It's good. And I was like, it's fine. It's
You're
fine. We're
like,
just,
I'm good,
just,
just breathing
just
through
keep
it.
going. And then, of course, she's doing closer to the lips. And then it's getting a little like,
You're getting clammy
I'm
hand,
getting the clammy
getting
hand. I'm more
sweaty
worried
back.
about my butt crack is probably sweating. And then, she finishes with the front half. And then I'm, doing, because I was butterfly at that
Yeah,
point.
uh-huh.
And then she asked me to put my knees to my chest. And I'm thinking,
This is gonna be worse.
yes, my butthole is going,
It's
what
gonna
have,
rip off with
what,
the wax.
yes, what have I done? Um, Knees to the chest. And I'm thinking, and she places the first rip back there. And, it's warm.
Yeah, it's always hotter back
Yeah.
there.
And then she rips. And then I was like, why did that feel less
It's more of a
than
tug than a sting burn.
it was? I could do that all day long. It was
Yeah,
like, but yeah,
easy.
the top of my lips where it's closer in,
Yeah,
where she
the
did the like
mound.
that little tiny tip right
Yeah,
there where it's like, it's like
yes.
the hair underneath your nose,
Oh,
like
that's
that.
a good analogy.
This right
Like
here,
that little divot in the M of your
yeah,
lips.
where that is like that.
Yeah,
I can
that is
do
sensitive.
for some reason. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh,
Makes your
oh,
eyes water.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she finished with my butt crack hole, and I was like,
That was nothing.
that
I
was
could do that
nothing.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always tell people like the booty's not as bad as you think. And everyone goes into their first wax thinking, "Oh gosh, like my butthole is going to like come off with this wax." And it doesn't. Like it's way less painful
And
than the
it's
front.
cleansing. Like it feels very
Oh, way
clean.
clean.
Yeah.
I didn't think I needed it the first time I got waxed. I was like, I don't think we need to go back there. But then after I had it waxed and
You
like
can't
it
go
was
back.
like your first shower afterwards, you're like, "Oh,
You can't go back. You can't.
oh."
It's like, yes, like wiping and cleaning. It just feels so much better.
You know that scene in the movie The Grinch with Jim Carrey when he's like in front of the mirror and he's like, "Ooh, ah."
Yes.
That's how I felt like after my first butt crack wax. I was like,
Uh,
"Ooh, ah."
I do have to say that you almost did have one person that stopped on you that was like not going to finish.
Your daughter.
Yes.
Okay, in her
She's
defense,
true redhead though too.
true redhead, super coarse, wiry, thick hair.
She doesn't look like it, but she does. She has.
Yes. And I did, you saw me. I like stopped for a second and looked at her. I'm like, "Do you want to continue or do you just want to have this tight bikini and call it a day?" And she wanted to finish it. Like
Yeah.
I give the girl props
Yeah. She will never
because
do it again though.
she
And
probably wouldn't.
I have
And
one
honestly,
that's
I don't blame her.
yeah.
I think she'd be a great candidate for laser hair removal though, because she does have dark enough hair.
Does she?
Hmm.
Because Isabel, she's on a schedule, her schedule maintenance. She's like, and she's also a true redhead, which is surprising, but she's in
She had less hair though.
really.
Hmm. Like it's still coarse, but and she definitely has a higher pain tolerance. But yeah, yeah, man, getting
I was
close.
surprised on
And I
that
have
one.
had people come close like that, where they're like, I'm questioning everything leading up to this point, and I don't know if I can hang in there. And then I'll just like start talking to them about everything and everything. I'm
It's
like,
really the
what's your favorite
distracting mode.
dessert? La la la. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that show, Distracting News?
Mm-mm.
It's like a kids show, and it's like you have to pay attention to like everything they're saying, and then they quiz you on it afterwards. But as they're telling the news, there's like bears walking across the
Oh, that would be
screen,
so
like
hard for me.
there's like confetti popping, and it's like distraction. That's how I feel like I am to my client. Like I'm the distraction.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to get you to think of everything but what we're doing in the moment. No, she did great. She got through the whole thing, and I was really proud of her. But because she definitely had like that forest hair, where it's like when you get that aerial view of a forest, it's just like that's
I
what it
just
was like. It's hair next to hair next to
I just
hair,
wanted them all to experience it and like
at least
and
once.
yeah, to understand is this something that you want to do or something you don't. It's not something
Yeah,
permanent. It's not a tattoo.
right,
You
right,
know.
right.
So, but um
That was a good day. A lot of waxing, but
yeah, no, I
I
could
think
tell
one of my
everybody.
favorite waxing experiences with you outside of like a workplace was when we got wasted at your last house. And uh, what did we use on your husband's back?
We used sheets. We ripped sheets. We ripped my sheets. I found some sheets in my closet
I was like, I just need some kind of material. What do we got? What do we got?
because I didn't have enough. Because right at that point, I think I was just myself. I had my
Waxing
warming pot.
yourself.
I was just doing my eyebrows and my upper lip. That's what I always just do
You didn't need a
myself.
whole lot.
I didn't know, and so we had this like big pot,
I don't
and
even remember what I waxed him with.
you maxed him with the ones that you nuke in the microwave,
Oh, poor guy.
and with the
I
sheets.
should have. You should not wax while intoxicated.
It was funny though.
We did get all the hair.
He broke out a little bit. He was fine though.
Well, I think he broke out because one, it was a histamine reaction a little bit because it was his first time ever, right?
Yes.
Which again, you don't mix first time waxing session with like an incoherent waxer
Standing up in the kitchen while we're just
swaying.
Like, no,
we did get him done pretty quick if I remember right.
Yeah, we did. We didn't finish though because he was. Like,
and I
we're
think
done.
we used like olive oil, which is not good.
No,
not recommended. Yeah. Probably another reason why he broke out.
Yeah. It was a fun night. It was fun.
That was really fun.
I mean, it's always fun when you do that. Someone always ends up with a shaved head or something going home.
They're like a penis drawn on their forehead. That was a great night.
The best. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think no, I haven't had anybody in their service like tap out. I have heard other estheticians in other rooms next door to me that their client was like, nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. And they're like, okay,
half done and half done.
Yeah. And they're just like, who knows what the situation was when they left the room. But I have had to end one service. It wasn't a wax service and I ended it. It wasn't them. It was just somebody being inappropriate. And I warned him and he kept going. And I just was like, okay, we're done. The next person that will come in here is a manager and they'll escort you to the male locker room. And it was just like, I was doing his facial and I was doing like the cleanse and all this. And he kept putting his arms above his head to touch my arms.
Oh.
And I put his arms down and I asked him nicely, like, let's keep your arms down here so that I can do my job, and you're not in the way. And he just kept bringing his arms up and trying to like lightly like caress my arm. And then I told him sternly, like, don't touch me again. And then I got up and I was doing his hand arm massage and he has a full blown like tent going on in, under the sheet.
A little above average there.
Size?
Yeah. You're all, oh.
I don't remember. I wasn't concerned with that.
You're like, this needs to stop and calm down.
Yeah. Well, I was like doing his hand arm massage and he like tilted his hips towards me and like kind of like thrusted towards me.
Oh, a little awkward.
And I was like, okay,
you're in a work
dude,
environment.
Like, come
it's
on.
Not.
So, and I made a comment like, this needs, this, how you're acting right now needs to stop. And he like chuckled and he's like, come on, baby, we're in Vegas. And I was like, this is a professional establishment. I'm licensed to do these services. And if you want something like that, I'm sure there's a place that you can find that will do that outside the city limits, but it's not here.
Right.
And it's not going to be today. It's not going to be right now. It's not going to be with me. And he got quiet and apologized. And then when I turned and went around to the other side to do his other hand and arm, he did the same darn thing. So I just stepped back. I put my hands up because we were trained at that facility I used to work at. We were trained like what to say, what to do. Like you had to go all the way back to the management office and like sit in like the corner and like wait for the manager to escort them out so that you felt safe to come like out into your workspace. So I remember I stepped back and I was only 19 at the time. So it was a little bit like intimidating.
Being young, I would have ended it the minute he hip thrust at me. I would have been like, oh, I'm uncomfortable.
In my mind, I think it was just like a 3 strikes you're out, because when I was cleansing him and he like reached his hands back, I was just like, okay, like stop being silly. I thought maybe he was drunk or something, you know? But I felt like in my mind it was like 3 strikes, like we're done. I gave you a chance. I was very stern and now, you know, so the protocol back then was like, or I don't know what it is now, but when I was there, we had to leave the room and we had to tell the client, like, do not leave the room. The next person that comes in here will be a manager. So just put your robe on, you know, basically. So I let him know, like, you need to re-robe. Manager will be here in a minute and don't leave the room. And then I left. I went and got my manager. I told her what happened and she went straight there. Hotel security and everything was like, you know, involved. And I never heard or saw that person again. But I mean, they took it very seriously. I felt very protected. I was asked if I wanted to like file any kind of complaint or anything, and I said no. Like I just like didn't want him there anymore. I was like, just get out of there. And I was young.
Yeah, but still, that's very awkward.
So awkward. But that was the only one I ever had to end. And I actually think I talked about this in a different episode when we talked about like inappropriate clients and stuff. Yeah, but that was the only one I ever had to end. And now as a business owner and I have employees, like I'm going to handle that situation just like my manager said. They totally had my back, didn't ask me like any questions like, did it happen? Or how was it? You know, like they never questioned me at all. Like I just have their back 110%. And like not too long ago, and I say it was like a couple months ago, one of my employees had to end a service and she sent him to the front to pay for what he got and like leave. And he hasn't been back, which I'm totally okay with. I emailed the gentleman and I said that he could come back for other body services, but not the Brazilian like ever again. And he hasn't been back. And so I have her back 110%. Like it's just a 0 tolerance. But yeah, I've only ever had to finish or not finish, but end a service kind of abruptly.
Well, on your terms, not their terms of
exactly.
Going, this hurts too much.
No, I've never had anybody like, I just can't do it. No.
Yeah.
Thank goodness though. Like I feel like I'd feel like a failure if I did have that, you know, for them. If I had that experience, you know, like I said, I tell them like, let's shoot for bikini and we'll just keep chatting and I'll just keep waxing. And then if there's ever a moment where you say, okay, I tap out, then we'll tap out. But 100% of the time, they just get through the whole Brazilian.
I would think some men would have to like either need a break or something if you're doing like full on hair, like a chest, legs, back with
like full body?
Yeah, like full body men. Like I feel like that's like not only exhausting for you,
it is tiring.
Yeah, like, you know, and painful for them at a certain point.
Some estheticians don't even take full bodies because they're just like, I don't want to do it.
Really? Because it's a lot of work.
It's so much work. It's about 3 hours. If you do it by yourself and you just have like a good pace going, it gets about 3 hours. If you're speed waxing and you're just pushing through it, the fastest full body I've done was like an hour and like 15 minutes. And I was like so proud of myself. I was like,
I would just think for them, they're like, ow.
Well, ow. Like the person that I was waxing has been waxing for like 20 years and he hardly has anything, but it's still surface area that you have to get through, you know? So he's an easy wax. It just takes a long time to get through every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
And, no, he's a great client. Like, he just came in one day and he's like, I double booked myself. I only have an hour, maybe 2 hours. And I'm like, all right, challenge accepted. Get on my table. And I was just like, pew, 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 you know, and I told him straight up, I was like, I'm not going to talk to you very much because I'm going to like be focusing. He's like, it's cool. I'll put my earbuds in. I'm good. I'm like, all right, let's do this then. And I just like, boom, 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 boom. I got him done like hour and 15 minutes. I was like, okay, that's total record timing for me. And I don't ever want to beat that record. Like, I'm cool with that.
I didn't realize it took that long, I guess.
It just
I'm
takes
in
a lot
and
of time.
out in
Well,
like,
think about like a Brazilian is booked for like 30 minutes.
I know. Well, I feel like
A proper.
I've never really done a 30-minute Brazilian. I really feel like ours, even
You're
when you
pretty
did
easy
mine,
wax.
you was like 15.
Well, yeah, well, you have it like really easy because you've been waxing yourself too a long time.
Yeah, I do wax myself
So,
too. So
but
I can't get in areas, which is why I go to a
Yeah.
place to do the
right.
back crack. Because I mean, I wish I
That's
could.
really hard. It's really hard. I waxed myself not too long ago, and I literally was in the. I like had the wax kind of waterfall itself down my bum crack, and then I like pushed it in with the stick, like just trying to get both sides all at once. Just I literally just hot dogged in the bun, just like with the wax. And then I heard the bell on my front door, like ding ding ding, like somebody came in, and I was like, oh shit, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, and I'm like pop off of like the side of the table, and I'm like looking in the tall mirror, and I'm like bent over, and I'm like, please don't open my door, please don't open my door.
Oh no.
And I like had to pull it out all by myself. It's so hard. So I don't blame you having to go somewhere else to get that part done. It's kind of impossible.
Oh no, because I have a story about that too. Mine was different. I like literally just get it. I got it to where I got like a ton back there.
Oh no.
And I was just desperate because it was so bad.
You just kept layering?
No, I got a lot back, and I couldn't reach that little like lip to like pull.
Oh, the wax.
Like, yeah, the wax. So I needed to like get it pulled. So I'm literally like, I have my watch on and my phone's in the other room. So I'm literally calling my husband and I'm like,
did he come and pull it for
yes,
you?
Yes, he did.
That's love
I was
right
like,
there.
I just need you to just rip up. Like, just rip
just
up.
take this little bit and pull.
Yeah. And he was like, never again. And I was like, okay, but thanks. It's like, felt like, you get a turtleneck stuck over your head and you can't get it
Yeah.
off.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yes.
how I felt. I was like,
and then you're just like, your arms are swaying.
yes,
You're like,
I'm like,
"Ah!"
I can't. Yeah.
That happened one time. I got a jelly mask, and like you have to wait for them to solidify before you can peel them off.
Mhm.
I had this jelly mask, and I like mixed it up, and I wanted to put it on my face, and I really wanted to go over my eyes so that I could get like the little like aging lines around my eye, little crow's feet lines. And I remember my husband Bo, had just gotten home, like while I'm mixing this thing up and pouring it like on my face. And then I slowly start like falling to the floor so that I can lean my head backwards. And it's like dripping into my hair. It's like all over the side. I can't see anything. And then I'm like yelling for him, like, Bo, Bo. I hear the garage door close. And he's like, babe. I'm like, Bo! And he's like, babe? And he comes into the bathroom. He's like, what are you doing? And then I'm like, I'm panicking and I can't see it. Like, I have this jelly mask. I literally like melted to the floor. I'm like just laying on my back. And he's like, what? So then I hear is like, he's taking pictures of me. And I'm like, I called for you for help and you're taking pictures of me. He's like, you can't do anything until it solidifies anyway. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So what was our original question?
If you ever stopped having to perform during waxing.
Oh yeah. Did I ever get stopped in a service? No.
Yeah.
But did we modify our service from Brazilian to bikini? Yeah, a few times. But not because like I feel like they probably could have gone through the whole thing, but I think they're just really nervous. But yeah, it's all work in progress. All right. Thank you for listening to Spill the Tea Tuesday. Until next week.